All right. So I did not know what I wanted to record as my third YouTube video. So I went to Instagram and I asked you guys what it was that you wanted to see me talk about. And it kind of just turned into a Q&A. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got my list here and we're just gonna jump right in. So my first question was favorite cameras. There's another question in there that said something about my cameras that was along the same lines. So my favorite camera has to be my Fujifilm X100F. I talked about it in my first video on this channel. So if you want to know why or what have you, you can refer back to that guy. But as of right now, I would say that I'm shooting predominantly on my X Pro 3. Given our current climate with coronavirus and everything going on, and we can't really go out and do the things that I really enjoy shooting. I've been shooting a lot more wide open things, landscapes, buildings, etc. because I've been collaging a lot more. So I've been spending a significant amount of time creating things from what I've shot on my X Pro 3, and it's been fun. My X100F though is like my handy dandy, like I do everything on it. And when one of my friends, like I said, found out in my last video, found out that I shot a lot of my things on the X100F, and they were surprised because it's a fixed lens camera. But yeah, right now I'm shooting mostly on my X Pro 3 and it's been really fun. How do you make your curly hair so shiny? I use a leave-in conditioner. I've gone through a couple. As of right now, I'm using one for my salon. It's by the brand Innisfree. Before then, I was using another one from the salon, but to be honest, like before that, I was using the It's a 10. I always just put a leave-in in my hair. My hair is really fine, so I have to be careful with how much I put in there. But with curly hair, like you really need to be putting in some conditioner. So if, depending on the thickness, you need to be the judge and do trial and error. And then I put a little bit of this TG Catwalk Curls Rock Curl Amplifier in my hair, all over my hair. And then I either let it air dry, but since I got this haircut, it's kind of hard to let it air dry because your bangs sit smack on your forehead. Not really ideal. So I blow dry it a little bit to where my bangs are kind of out of my face. That's really all that I do on my hair. Wash and condition, leave-in conditioner, and a little bit of that product that I said. That's really it. There's really nothing magical or special about it. I'm sorry. Another cameras question, but I got that. This question says, why you are a queen? I do not know. I don't believe that I am, but I'll take it. Let's see, your experiences dealing with businesses using Black artwork for a quick clout token. Well, recently a secondhand shop here in Houston decided to use one of my photographs that I took back in March of my friend who was Black. And they posted it on their Instagram in solidarity with the Black community, you know, given everything that's been going on with George Floyd, and the countless others we won't sit here and discuss right now in this moment. But they posted that photo. They didn't ask me or the person in the photo if they could do so. And that photo has been up on my Instagram since March. They never posted it. They hadn't even posted a Black person on their timeline since November of last year. And they decided to post this in June or the end of May. So I feel like respecting other people, Black people, is important, and businesses need to ask before they do something like that, because all that comes off as is a token, and it doesn't seem genuine to just have no Black people on your timeline, Black person, because in that photo there was also the sunglasses that I had purchased from there. I had tagged them in that photo because I'd used some sunglasses that I thrifted from there. So it's also like using a Black person to make a profit. And I refuse to be a Black body that you use to make a profit off of. I'm not down for it. Pay photographers, pay artists, ask for permission, respect Black people. Like, it's not rocket science. Another question was, what are your favorite cartoons? I know this came from Guns. Favorite cartoons? Ooh. I have a lot of cartoons that I actually really like because I'm a huge child. Big Mouth is dope. Are we talking about new ones? I really like We Bare Bears. Like, that's really good. If y'all haven't watched it, I recommend. 10 out of 10. Clone Wars. What else? I watch a lot of movies. Like, I'm obsessed with Toy Story 4. Obviously obsessed with anything to do Star Wars. One Punch, that's anime, so I really don't feel like we're talking about cartoons. But a lot of people haven't seen We Bare Bears, so go watch We Bare Bears. I stumbled upon it because I was staying in a hotel, and I don't have cable, but when I'm in a hotel, like, I just turn on Cartoon Network. And it was on, and I was like, what is this? This is kind of cute. And then it was just fucking hilarious. So watch that. That's fun. Things and Stuff. I don't know what that means, so I can't really answer that. Me and how and why I got into photography. Well, I really have enjoyed taking photos like my whole life, but I never had a camera. And to be honest with you, I didn't really have the support from family to be like, you should get a camera, or we should do something to kind of further this interest for you. It wasn't until 2016 is when I got my first camera, and it was a Nikon D3400. When I got that camera, like, I haven't stopped since. I see things, and like, we'll take Galveston for example. A lot of people say, oh, Galveston's got dirty water, or it's not pretty, or what have you. And then I'll show people photos that I've taken in Galveston, and they're like, oh snap, like, I didn't know that was Galveston, or I didn't know it looked like that. And so that's really cool to be able to give people another perspective of something that you feel is beautiful. It just means a lot to me. And I love color. Like, if y'all haven't noticed, go look at my Instagram. I love color. So just seeing like color palettes and all those things, like, really inspire me. Another next question was, how do you get inspired? There's a lot of things that give me inspiration out in the world, but the most recent example I can give you is recently I rewatched The Shape of Water. I love that movie. And Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. And I rewatched them because the way that they made me feel from just the color palettes, goosebumps. So like, I got on my laptop, took screenshots, pulled colors from those movies to create those palettes to use later. Last night I watched Ad Astra, and there was a scene where there was a bunch of different colors on the screen, and I was like, oh snap, like, I have this photo and it would be really dope with these colors. And then a woman like walked through a door, and I was like, oh, ideas. And then like, I grabbed my iPad immediately to at least like jot down whatever the idea was and the colors. So it's literally just anything that like I'm just experiencing can remind me of things that I already have, and that might make it more dope, or color palettes for it. So that's really a lot of where my inspiration comes from. This last question is, how we're going to get you a shoot booked with Megan Thee Stallion and your creative process. I don't know how we about to get this shoot booked, y'all. I think I need a manager. I don't know. I don't really know. I really want to collage her into something, but I want her like all the way like Texas. So dreams, goals, maybe one day when I'm old. I don't know. My creative process. I get a lot of questions about my collage creative process, and I just want to give you an idea about what that entails. I say a lot of the time that I keep everything when I shoot. Like, I keep everything. Like, and when I have my camera out, like, I just kind of shoot random stuff sometimes. So I'm gonna show you. This is my Dropbox. There are folders in those folders, and there's hundreds of photos in here. Hundreds of photos. So I'll just look, if I don't have an idea, I just look through my photos and I'm like, I'm gonna cut that out. Or I think I'm gonna put a car on a leaf. So then I'll go and look through all my albums of cars, and this is where the spiral happens. I'll look through all of my albums of cars, just looking for a car that I can put on a leaf. And then I end up seeing something else, and I'm like, oh, that would be dope if I cut out this light pole. And then it ends up being a light pole in space or something. I don't know. Like, my brain, I can't really explain it. I don't have answers. I'm sorry. That is all. That is, there's a bunch of questions in regards to my cameras, but the lenses that I have for my Fujifilm X Pro 3 is a 50 millimeter equivalent, a wide angle. And that's, I only have 2 lenses for my X Pro 3. I got it around Christmas, and then COVID happened, so I haven't really decided to get another one. My next one will probably be like 80 millimeter or something, so I can shoot better clouds. I love clouds. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions that you want me to answer or any other ideas, just leave them in the comments below. Thanks for hanging out today, and I hope to see you soon. Peace.